Good evening, coaches. Good evening, coaches. How are we doing? It's that time of the week again. We are here for the 8 Talks, Engage, Transform, and Empower. I'd like to thank you all for coming here. It's such an honor having you. So we have a forerunner here, Coach Shane. She's going to be talking about managing emotions. May we give a round of applause for her as she comes up. Emotions, the ultimate party crashers. They show up uninvited, obviously they are welcome, and sometimes they make a mess. But what if we could learn to invite them in, understand their antics, and even have a good time with them? Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome tonight as we are going to talk about something we all experience, that is emotions. So emotions can be very overwhelming at times, and they play a very significant role in shaping our relationships, actions, and thoughts. So today we are all going to learn about managing our emotions. So Dr. Phil once said, you cannot fix what you don't acknowledge. So the first thing in learning how to manage our emotions, we've got to learn to acknowledge them. So the overall thing is to acknowledge our emotions in order for us to manage them. After recognizing them, identifying the triggers and accepting them. So I have a story here with me. I call it the tale of an emotional elephant. So there was this elephant named Stella. So one day, as Stella was in the savannah, in the jungle, she was always known for being calm, peaceful, and gentle. But suddenly it encountered a small, tiny mosquito. Just imagine how big an elephant is and how tiny a mosquito is. And a mosquito is very annoying. I think all of you can relate with me. So the elephant starts to swing and it's trunk wildly, knocking over all the trees and crashing, causing chaos. Inotanga kuita noise. Painenge yapindwa neka mosquito mu its trunk. She started to make a lot of noise to destroy all the trees. An elephant is that huge kuti. It can shake a tree if it's not strong enough, done. So there is this wild old safari guide, and he approaches the elephant and he said, Stella, my dear friend, you're letting the mosquito drive you crazy. So here the elephant is our emotions. And then the mosquito is what triggers our emotions. As small as the elephant, as small as the mosquito is, it triggers our emotions. How big they will be. So the wise old safari guide, he tells Stella, you've got to recognize the mosquito's presence, but don't let it detect your actions. The guide hands the elephant a pair of binoculars so that he can be able to see well. So looking through the trees, they said, look through these and then focus on the bigger picture. So the elephant sees the vast savannah trimming with life and beauty. And he said, manage your emotions, the guide advises, by acknowledging them, taking a step back and refocusing on what truly matters. So what truly mattered there was the savannah, the beauty of it. But then the elephant, because of the mosquito, the minor thing that triggered the emotions, it had to destroy the savannah. So the elephant breathes deeply, calms down, and it gently sweeps its track. We too can manage our emotions just like the elephant. So this takes us back to Dr. Phil's statement of you can't fix what you don't acknowledge. So the first thing, you've got to acknowledge the mosquito, identifying our emotions. Taking a step back, pausing and reflecting on what truly matters, focusing on the bigger picture, prioritizing what truly matters. By doing so, we will transform our emotional elephants into wise, calm, and peaceful companions. So managing emotions, it takes patience. I've got two types of emotions here. We've got the negative emotions. These are sadness, anger, and so forth. And we've also got positive emotions. This includes happiness and gratitude. So for us to manage all these emotions, we have got to understand and acknowledge, just like I said earlier, and regulating our emotions. It will unlock improved relationships, better decision making, and also increase well-being. Or we can manage our emotion by using the deep breathing techniques. Calming your body and your mind. Just take at least of 30 minutes or 1 minute to just do the deep breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. It will definitely calm your emotions. And also journaling. You can process your emotions through writing. I have a little sister who is in Form 4. So she's into art. Whenever she's angry, she expresses her emotions. She doesn't express it by shouting. Even if she's going through something, she just expresses by drawing. So I think 7 years ago, it was her birthday, and she was expecting Mama to throw a party for her, maybe invite her friends from school, friends from the community, and so on. But then on the day of the birthday, Mama didn't have money. So Mama, on that day, we cooked sadzanema veg. Although she wasn't expecting, on my birthday, we're going to eat sadzanema veg, what's happening? So what she did, anakutangwa or anything, she just went to my bedroom, just started writing. She wrote it as a letter to God. She said, "Dear God, my mom doesn't love me. Vanongoda vamwe vana, inini vamwe vese vakaitwa my birthday parties, but then inini handida kuitira sei, handida kuitwa birthday parties." But achitobuda imomo, she was okay until ndazoenda and then staged in a shop and just what I was looking for. Then I saw a letter. Ndopandiri kuverenga kuti you are affected by all this, but you didn't show anything. That's just how she is. And she has learned to put my emotions, I know my express through drawings. If she's sad, she draws a sad person. If she's happy, she draws maybe a picture of a happy environment of something. So I've also learned to be like her. And I can tell you that it helps. Expressing your emotions through journaling, it really does. Instead of shouting. I think, how many are we here who are coaches? Raise your hand if you're a coach. A lot of us are coaches. And I still remember GMC once telling me, it's not good for a coach to always lash out on people. Maybe what feel Maria Kabaruka, and say, "Ew, what if Maria Kabaruka? Did you know Maria Kabaruka change? What was change shoma? So in that type of a scenario, I will not a pen and a paper to write. You can just do my deep breaths and then think before you speak. Process what you want to say before you speak. Because if you let your emotions control them, I can tell you, unosiwa in a very messy situation, you need to be ruining your reputation. So I've also got another story. There is this business entrepreneur whose name is Tom. So Tom is known for anger issues. As he's known for anger issues was in this crucial meeting where he lashed out on his team in front of investors. So what do you think? What's the picture he's giving the investors there? The consequences of that is that Tom's key employees quit, leaving him in a devastated position. And also the investors Bakava withdraw their invest because of Tom's anger issues. He couldn't control it. And you see the effect of not managing our emotions. It can also lead to stress, anxiety, a lot of things that we won't be able to get away from. So it's better learn to manage your emotions at the earliest before you develop something, before you even ruin your reputation. I'm sure those investors, in Tom's building, Tom's office, towards the other people out there, Tom, that guy is somebody who's not good with emotions. He just let that scenario. One moment, a lot of money. So we don't want that to happen. So in conclusion, if you read the Bible in the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 29, it says, a wise person controls his temper, but one who gives into anger will become foolish. I think this verse is very clear. A wise person controls his anger, but one who gives into anger will become foolish. I'm sure no one here wants to become foolish, do we? No, right? So we all want to be wise people. And for us to be wise people, we've got to learn to control our temper, control our emotions. That's saying, just like I said earlier, managing our emotions will unlock improved relationships, better decision making, increase well-being. But better decision making, you won't be making my decisions uripa kakona. If you use the breathing in, breathing out technique, you'll be able kunyatsofunga zviri nani pane kufunga because of pane kuva led by the emotions. We all don't want to be like Stelia, who destroyed the whole jungle just because of a tiny mosquito. So without wasting much of your time, I would like to give the time back to the MC. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, that was powerful. Thank you so much, Coach Shane, for such a powerful presentation with great illustrations. How many of us are learning? How many of us are promising to apply what we're learning? Okay, so we have to, there are some people who have just joined that just now. So Coach Shane was talking about managing emotions, whether positive emotions or negative emotions, okay? So it's not only negative emotions that we have to be aware of, that we have to recognize. We also have to recognize our positive emotions. How many times have you been too happy and you ended up promising someone something that you didn't intend to do? How many? Oh, so you see, it's also important to manage our positive emotions as well, and also negative emotions, because if you don't manage them, you end up destroying yourself and others around you, making poor decisions and whatnot. So thank you so much, Coach Shane, for that. That was powerful. Thank you so much. Yeah, another round of applause for her. So next up, we've got our main presenter, Coach Getrude. She's going to be talking about wellness secrets that will change your life. How many are ready? For the transformation. Thank you so much. So I'll read your profile. Coach Getrude is a professional certified life coach. She has worked with Towers of Hope on programs including the less privileged, commercial sex workers, drug addicts, victims of gender-based violence, and domestic violence. Coach Getrude has been involved in charity work for a period of more than 3 years, and she's also a holistic health coach. A round of applause for Coach Getrude as she comes up.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Clap hands for yourselves. I think this is one of the best decisions that you made today to come here for the ETE Talks. GMC was saying we make about more than 3,000 decisions per day, and this is just one of them. You decided to come here and listen to the secrets that will change your life. Who is promising that if I tell you the secrets, you're going to tell somebody? Because if you don't, I'm not going to say. I will just say, thank you, you've had enough. Yeah, promise me that you will tell somebody about the secrets, because I'm just about to tell you something that you have never heard of. You believe? Thank you. My name is Coach Getrude, like our MC said. I'm going to talk about health and wellness. Health and wellness. Can somebody give me a definition? What do you know about health? What do you know about health, wellness? Okay, Coach.
Thank you so much, Coach. As for me, I think wellness is the state where you are rich, easy. Financially, spiritually, relationships, family, where it is those facets.
Yeah, thank you so much. Wellness is not the state of not being sick, but it is the state where you are well, you are happy, you are okay. because wellness is not only about the body, the physical body. We have been made to understand that when you are in good health or when you are well, it has to do about sickness or diseases or something. But wellness is a fourfold thing. It is in 4 quadrants. When we talk about wellness, we talk about our physical wellness, we talk about our spiritual wellness, we talk about our emotional wellness, like my forerunner just spoke about emotional wellness, emotional intelligence, how to manage your emotions. If you are not a good, somebody who can manage well your emotions, can we say you are not sick? I've heard a term like, this one is sick in the mind. So wellness has to do with your emotional wellness, your physical wellness, your spiritual wellness, and there's something that I want to talk about. It is called the true human anatomy. A human being is not the physical body and the mind as today's science has made us to believe. Doctors and physiologists, they only focus on our physical body. They have termed a human being a two-way or a 2-quadrant being by focusing on the body and our mind. Our mind, I would like to call it the psychic, and the human body, it is the physical body. So, according to science, it is the human body, the physical body, and the mind. That is why when we go to hospitals, we find physiologists, they are busy with our physical body. Any ailment, they will use tablets, they will use injections, they will use bottles and whatnot to treat. They are targeting the physical body. And when you have issues on the head, we have psychologists, psychiatrists. They target the mind. But I came today to tell you that a human being has 4 layers. We consist of a 4-layer suit. Just as the astronaut needs a space suit to survive in the space, a human body, a human being needs also 4 layers to be called a human being that is able to survive here on earth. So the 4 layers, it is the physical body and the energy or the life force. I call it the avatar. This is the energy, or in other religions, they call it the prana or chi. You know, the people that practice yoga, those that go to the temple like Indians, yeah, they call it the prana or chi. It is the life force or the avatar. And this is our spiritual side of life. And we have the soul, which I would like to call the werewolf, WEREWOLF, the werewolf, which is our soul. And then we have the mind, which is the ego. This is the most important part of a human being. It is very lofty, and also it is the smallest on the human being, which is also the less developed part of a human being. I call it also the demigod. Meaning, as a human being, you are a God without a throne. We came here on earth as spirits in a terrestrial suit to experience life and to gain more wisdom and knowledge on this earth. Why am I talking all this? Why am I saying all this? It is because we do not understand, we fail to understand the things that happen to us as human beings. Why do we get sick? Why do we get sick? It is the life of a human being, it is in two parts. We have the subconscious life. That is our spiritual life. That is highly in order. And also our conscious life. That is very disorganized and in disharmony. And the disorganization and the disharmony is the one that causes us to get sick. Emotionally, when you are not okay, you get sick. You go to hospital. The doctors, the physiologists, they take you to the machines, to the scans and everything. And at the end of the day, they tell you, you cannot see anything. Who understands that? So what I'm telling you today is holistic science of health and wellness. That it's not only the physical side of our lives that causes us our problems. Our problems are not only physical, but you can trace them to different parts of our lives that I just unpacked. When we put our lives in order, right now we are talking of a holistic health, right? So we need to put our lives in order. Sometimes at puberty, adolescence age, you see that the young people, they start having breakouts, pimples, what? You go to the doctors, they try this, they give you this, but it's not helping. Have you ever wondered why? There is a connection between our emotional, our spiritual, and our physical well-being. So when you are not okay emotionally, that emotion is inside your body, moving as an energy, looking for a way to come out because it wants to break out and come out of your body. The body is rejecting it. So that emotion, it continues to move. And where it gets the softer tissues, that's when it will break through. And then you will see you have breakouts, skin breakouts. And when somebody has a deep sitting emotion, you have seen that some you develop boils somewhere, maybe on the finger, or somewhere on the limbs or on the lymph nodes, because they are the softest in your body. So that emotion will go and sit there. According to doctors' researchers in the USA, they are saying that there is a very deep connection between these diseases, the chronic diseases, because you see that the doctors and the physicians, they cannot treat chronic diseases. Why? Because they are not physical. Most of them, they are emotion. You see high blood pressure, it is an emotional disease. You see flu, it is an emotional disease. the time you start developing a flu, check your emotions. Recently, I read that even diabetes and cancer, they are all emotional diseases. Fix your emotions and see the development in your body. You see, people, we've been trying with all the nourished food and the vegetables and all the healthy food that you can talk about. But still, we are not healing. Why are we not healing? Because of the disorganization and the disharmony in our body. This four-piece or a four-layer terrestrial suit that we are wearing, when it's not in harmony, when it is in disharmony, it causes problems everywhere. But the time you put your life in order, when you are having a healthy relationship, you will hear everyone say, "Whoa, you are glowing. You are happy. What is happening?" But let stress and depression start now. Everybody will see you gloomy, even the complexion, you become dark. What is your health problem? What is your health problem? My sister.
I'm on blood pressure tablets. I've been taking them about 5 years now, but I've been managing. I just took my BP check just now at the pharmacy. It was on 160 over 80, 85. For those who know about the blood pressure numbers, you shouldn't exceed 140 or 150. But since I've been managing, also like you're saying about the emotions, I've been told, you're glowing today. I'm a go like now, I always brag about this. I'm a granny. But my kids always say, Mommy, my children, musculatis at mune blood pressure. So I've learned to control it. But also I had the issues of the emotions. When I think too much, or you just worry too much of the problems, then like she was saying about the skin, mafuta che ndaiti ndikazora. They wouldn't.
Habati.
But since I started taking the tablets and stayed positive, now I'm glowing, just like she said.
Let's Anybody who wants to tell us about their health problem, what is your challenge? It's not a problem, it's a challenge, because that thing that challenged you, if you also turn back and go and say, you know what, I challenge you back, it will it will go back. So tell us about your challenge and your health. What is it that you think is connecting? My sister? Yes. Okay, the time you caught a flu, what was happening? Even asthma. Do you know? I've always been hearing, hey, she's asthmatic. Don't make her angry, please. Then she will get an attack. What is that? Emotions. Okay.
That's so true, coach. I find out sometimes that when something makes me upset, runzwa akakuzarirwa sokutadza kunyatsofema runzwa kuti Sure. I find it difficult to breathe when something upsets me. So I agree with you.
Thank you. So I want us to just check on a few things that can help us. Do you know that exercise does a great deal of relief on our emotions and on our physical ailments? Just a jog, just a rope skipping. You release a lot of emotions, and by so doing, you increase also your outlook. You also increase your posture. How many have, with ladies, these things are, come on, man, come on. They are common. You want your figure to, sometimes you say, I want, to have my antenna and in Rukuda with, so, so when you go exercising, the more you move, and according to the movements of your body, your posture takes the way you are moving every morning, or for that a period of time, whether it's 15 minutes you are taking in the morning, doing squats, or you are doing rope skipping, or whatever that you are doing, your body follows the movement, So also it increases on emotional intelligence. Your mind is awake and alert. You alleviate a lot of problems and challenges. You tend to forget a lot of things when you exercise. Okay, let me talk about even well-known people in the Bible, yes. My sister, thank you. Thank you for reminding us about emotional intelligence. The case of Elijah. Elijah in the Bible, I would say for one, he was one prophet who was very highly emotional, that he would command a deadly situation because he is angry. I always told people that, you know what, I wouldn't want to be emotionally like Elijah. How can you call I don't know how many wolves to come and devour little children because they are mocking you as a man of God? So he went into the wilderness, came and sat under a juniper tree, and he requested of himself that he must die. Every time when things didn't go well with him, he would call on serious things to happen. Even though it was good, he was a warrior of God, but emotional intelligence. You without emotional intelligence, you can do things and later you regret them. Oh, I wish it wasn't like this. I wish I didn't go this far. I took it far. But you are regretting when already you have caused damage. Okay. Also, let me talk about. I want to talk about Saul. Imagine Saul, the whole king, getting jealous and envious over a small boy who was even fighting for them, not for himself. And even going to the extent of desiring to kill him over and over and over again. Somebody say, lack of emotional intelligence. It is very costly. Imagine it costed him his throne and his kingdom. And the whole family, he didn't have a generation left, nobody to sit on his throne. God cursed him and he terminated everything that said Saul on the land. But because David, look at David, the small boy, he had emotional intelligence. He continually withdrew himself. He continually he controlled himself whenever. He had so many privileges, opportunities to avenge himself. But every time he would remind himself that this is a man of God. This is a king chosen by God. I cannot do this. He is my father. To the point that even on the day of his death, he mourned and he killed the person who killed Saul. Saul, who was chasing him for more than 15 years, staying in the wilderness. Somebody say emotional intelligence. How many times have we been provoked, even in our families, on the way, in the taxi, in the shops, everywhere? And my forerunner just said the whole CEO of a company lost investors and he lost workers because of lack of emotional intelligence. I would have wanted to go on and on and on and on, but I would like to thank you, and I would like us to meet again on the second episode of Secrets That Will Change Your Life. How many say this Eto Talk has changed a bit, has shifted my mind a bit? Thank you so much. We will again talk about the 4 parts of the terrestrial body of a true human anatomy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach Getrude. That was a powerful presentation. How many of us from today are going to prioritize our well-being? I hope my skin isn't showing any signs of. No, but that was So thank you so much, Coach, for that. So, wellness is not the absence of sickness. Some of us are physically well, they are physically healthy, but not emotionally, spiritually healthy. So we have to take care of ourselves, our soul, mind, body, everything about us, okay? But more often than not, our other aspects of wellness are underrated. We often prioritize physical wellness over all the other aspects of wellness. So we should, I urge you all, just as Coach highlighted, to take charge of all the parts of our wellness, our well-being. Okay, thank you so much, Coach. That was so powerful. That was so wonderful. Another round of applause for her. Okay, so I'll leave the floor to you to ask questions, contribute, anything that you might be wanting to add. This is the time. Yes, Coach.
Okay, thank you so much, Coach, for the powerful presentation for wellness. Personally, I was just missed the presentation because even in the corporate space, I think it's one of the critical thing. Was why we are encouraging work-life balance. People sometimes we tend to be more like pressurized with our daily work, our daily duties and responsibilities in organizations, but at the same time we forget our families. We also like forget our children. We also forget even to pursue our passion. For instance, someone might be like in a wrong career field, maybe an accountant. You wanted to be like a marketer or like a life coach. So you always spend your days during work. So sometimes you can fail to discover that. But we are saying that we also need to like
work-life balance, prioritizing your wellness. For example, investing in your favorite hobbies. Like for example, for me, I ran out of for coaching because it's one of my passionate thing. So it helps you also to discover the hobbies which can elevate you in your life. Sometimes you can discover your purpose through those hobbies. Like, for me, it was a power packed, and also for the exercise. I think for me, it also worked wonders for me. Was when I completed my college degree, I was home thinking about where can I find a job, where how can I navigate this job hunting. Each and every person is telling you there's no employment, there is difficulties. But sometimes I wake up early. I just decided to say I need to run, exercising. Sometimes if you wake up at 4 a.m., you could actually realize that if you run, jogging. After running, you bath, something will happen. You just start to write even about your vision, about your career mapping, about contemplating in vision. So it just work some wonders, even energy. You could just feel that you are energetic, enthusiasm. Like what was coach saying, that even the glow, you start to feel yourself, you start to love yourself, you start to like yourself. So thank you so much, coach.
Thank you so much, Coach, for such a powerful presentation. Yes, Coach, admire. Coach Damshishi.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Coach Kate, for this wonderful presentation. It was so amazing indeed. I would like to also talk about, I realized one thing, probably I can say it used to be my challenge, which is procrastination. Usually, procrastination actually can kill. To the extent ukuthi uriwega, you feel ukuthi I was supposed to do this, but I didn't. Then somehow, that initiates to attracting my emotions which are not good for you. That also leads to what? To you giving out behaviors that are not yours. For example, I was listening to a certain speaker who says 90% of the time that we spend, we don't present who we are. We present what we hear people saying, and we act out all those words. So usually when we procrastinate, those words from other people that come to us, they're not kutidya manje. Akutanga ku roller in our minds, and at the end of the day they kill us. Then secondly, I would put it this way: focusing on the why is better than focusing on the how. Whenever you focus on how am I going to do it, if things don't go the way you had planned, you are dead. For example, even the Bible talks about God being the it says God is the one who does the day-to-day running schedule. But now if we focus on the how part, that's when you realize, no, this thing is killing us. But when you focus on the right purpose, things they go well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Coach. That was powerful. Thank you so much. Any contributions, questions? Pane mwe munachatobuda kumbobvera taura zviite. Yes, Coach.
All right, thank you so much for a wonderful presentation, Coach. My take home today was whatever situation that we find ourselves in, we must not take it as a problem, but as a challenge. So we'll be able to bounce back and challenge it back. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much, Coach. Thank you so much. And let's take everything, whatever hardships come, there are challenges. Let's refer to them as challenges rather than problems. Because if we say it's a challenge, then we are motivated to find a solution. But then if we say it's a problem, we're like, we become dormant. It's a problem. It's not going to go away. So thank you so much, Coach, for that. Yes, another contribution. Yes, Coach.
Thank you very much. I would like to thank our coaches today for that wonderful insight. So like what Coach Getrude said, that from what they have presented to us, we're supposed to share it with other people. We would like remedies as to we are going to tell the other person. But let's put it into reality that you're going to meet the next person who's actually in an emotional state. And you cannot just start by telling them, no, you should have emotional intelligence. You're supposed to do this. No, you're supposed to guide them through their state first for us to guide them to be able to control their emotions next. So I think we want those guidelines that when you get through or you come across that person, or you yourself, you haven't been able, because emotions are a snap, like what Coach Shane said, they're a snap. And it's a process that we're learning to how to do them. You snap at it and then you think, oh gosh, I should have. But in that moment where you're supposed to control the snap, what are we supposed to do? Thank you.
No, so that was a question directed to Coach, right? Over to you, Coach. You can.
Thank you, Coach, for that question. When we talk about emotional intelligence, we are talking about the ability to assert ourselves when emotions they are getting out of hand. Okay, how do I deal with a situation when somebody provokes me, when somebody steps on me, when somebody says something mean, or body shaming? What do I say? What do I do? One day when we were in a session, I love what Coach Tanaka said. I went and used it. I practiced it. She said, when something bad happens to me, or when somebody does something bad to me, I pause and I ask myself, am I the first one to encounter this in life?
Yeah, you're feeling happy.
And definitely, definitely I'm not the first one and I'm not gonna be the last. And this too shall pass. It's not gonna last forever. So that was a take home for me and I'm using it and it's working.
You're feeling so proud. I can see you.
So it's just one of those things that you use, one of the tools that you can use for yourself. Like I said, part 2 is coming. There is a lot that we are going to unpack on this topic.
Yes, thank you so much, Coach. And the Coach, part 2 is coming. How many are ready and how many are inviting others? Coach, you have your contribution.
Oh, all right, thank you so much. I just want to second what my esteemed coach said.
Yes.
You know, for years I've been asking myself, why is it that these Chinese people, they progress while we haven't been progressing the way they are doing?
Yes.
I got to realize, I actually heard it from Dr. Miles Monroe. He says in the Chinese society, they've changed some of their words in their language. For example, the term problem
Yes.
has been changed to opportunity.
Okay.
So when they speak, they don't say, we found a problem.
We found an opportunity.
We have found an opportunity.
Great.
So what they do now, in their thinking, in their mind is already set in a way that whenever they encounter what we call a problem, it's an opportunity.
Yes.
So what they're thinking of now is not how to solve, what they're thinking about now is how to solve.
Yes.
Not to, when is a problem, guys, what should we do? They're already captivated to,
Yes.
let's work on this problem. And they get ideas. And remember, ideas, they bring finances.
Exactly.
That's why they progress.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Coach Ngamtishi. That was powerful. Do we have any more contributions? Yes, Coach Farai.
Yeah, I just wanted also to reinforce like what Coach is saying.
Yes.
It is also like Albert Einstein once said that in the middle of difficulties lies opportunities. In your challenges, I think that's where you discover like your breakthroughs.
Yes. That's so true, Coach. Thank you so much. Thank you. Do we have any more contributions, questions? We don't. Yeah, someone is eyeing me. Don't worry, I'm not going to pick you. Okay, so if we do not have any more contributions or questions, I would like to thank you all for attending the ETE Talks. It's been an honor having you. So we hold the ETE Talks every Thursday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. They're called the Engage, Transform, and Empower. I'm sure you've seen for yourself the great speakers that we've heard here, how transforming it is, how impactful it is. So please do join us next Thursday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the ETE Talks. Thank you so much. My name is Coach Daniela Nicole. See you next time.